Hello and welcome to this week's weekly news. I'm Cam from InkSpot Wrestling and let's get straight into it. Firstly, before we speak about anything, let's speak about Clash of Champions. Overall, the show was okay, I guess. The wrestling was alright. There was no really story development going into it or coming out of it. The only really big thing that actually happened was Roman Reigns winning the United States Championship from Rusev. And this poses the question, who's Reigns going to lose that title to in the future? Because obviously he's probably going to beat Rusev at Hell in a Cell. So who's he going to face after that? He'll probably have a long and lengthy reign with it. Probably a successful one at that. But who's going to take it off him? This is kind of a big step because whoever does beat Roman Reigns is going to be elevated so much. And there's no denying that the United States Championship is elevated while it's on Roman Reigns. Also a big question is, where does Rusev go from this? Because last time he lost the title, he kind of just fizzled out, was in the League of Nations and didn't really mean anything. So it's interesting to see where both of these people will go, but I hope for Rusev's sake, he can kind of get to that main event status now. Next, we have news on Ryback. Ryback, who parted ways with the WWE quite some time ago now, is taking bookings from various independent wrestling promotions. However, the most bizarre bit of news coming out of Ryback's camp is that he's reportedly negotiating a deal with mixed martial arts promoter Bellator. Now, Ryback has no former combat sport experience outside of professional wrestling, but he has spent a lot of time in the gym recently. So could this be a huge career change for Ryback? Only time will tell. Now, some news on Luke Harper returning. It has been quite some time since we've seen Luke Harper on our television screen. The scary big man has not been part of WWE television since around March time, and people were beginning to think, would he ever actually return? However, he will be making a return very shortly, as he's been cleared to wrestle again by WWE doctors, and is likely to be drafted to Raw. This means that he will be kept away from Bray Wyatt, thus allowing him to become his own star. Raw is having some upcoming live events in Peru, Chile and Ecuador from October 5th to October 8th, and Harper is listed for the shows. He's scheduled to take on Sin Cara and Sami Zayn, so he would likely be returning to Raw, but WWE can still change their minds at the last minute. Now, we have some news on who will be the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship after No Mercy. Apparently, Dean Ambrose and John Cena are meant to be taking a short time off after No Mercy, meaning that AJ Styles will retain his title at the event. So since two of SmackDown top guys will not be on the show, who will face AJ Styles for the championship? Well, apparently it's meant to be the winner of the Orton Bray Wyatt feud. This is most likely going to be Randy Orton, so a match between AJ and Randy could be with us in the near future. And finally, we probably have our biggest news story of the week, and that is Matt Hardy could potentially be returning to WWE. Broken Matt Hardy is probably one of the most talked about gimmicks in the entirety of the professional wrestling world. His final deletion storyline with his real life brother, Jeff Hardy, now known as Brother Nero, has raised some eyebrows amongst many wrestling fans, and had people split right down the middle as to whether they actually liked it or not. However, all that aside, could Matt Hardy be returning to the WWE? Matt's contract with TNA runs out come February, as does Jeff's. So could WWE snap the pair up for one last run as the Hardy Boys? Well, only time will tell, because apparently WWE are really interested in Matt Hardy. Nothing's been released yet about Jeff Hardy, but they're definitely interested in a Matt Hardy return. And that was all the news for this week. Sorry that it was a bit short, not much has really happened in the wrestling world this week. But let's hope next week is an eventful one. So, as always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to go to our channel and check out our other videos. We have lots of great wrestling content for you and more to come up. Also, drop us a follow on Twitter. We always tweet during Raw, SmackDown and every pay-per-view. And finally, don't forget to share this video and our channel with your friends. It's much appreciated, and thank you for watching this video.